The things that you think maybe psychologically or whatever your dad has been affected in his way of living now?
Yeah, of course. Not just him, but I see it amongst like all my family members. They're like the biggest hoarders.
Yeah.
Like hoarding is...
It's definitely an Asian thing for parents, but
Yeah.
you then add in the refugee status and all that, the immigration, and you can imagine it's just a poisonous soup of hoarding.
Like they just hoard and they can't let go. Like crazy stories. Like we'll open up the pantry. So my parents used to have like an Asian like restaurant, Chinese Vietnamese restaurant, and this was like 7-8 years ago. And I'll find like sauce that's expired like ages ago, like 10 years ago, and it's still in there. My dad's like, "No, we're not getting rid of it. You can still eat it." I'm like, "You're literally gonna die if you eat it." But they just can't let go and throw things away. They're not wasteful.
Yep.
And they always like, my brother threw a really worn out wallet once, like those old school Velcro
The 90s
wallets.
Velcro wallets.
Yeah, he like threw it in the
Billabong.
bin.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So my brother didn't need it and we're outdated. He like threw it in the bin. And then like we went to have dinner with my parents one time and my dad went to go pay. My dad takes out his wallet, opens it up, and my brother's like, "Isn't that the wallet that I threw in the bin?" So my dad had actually fished it out. So you see what I mean? Like my parents are like, well, not my parents, it's more so my dad. My mom, I can kind of see the differences, and I think that's why my mom's a lot more understanding about why my dad hoards. And I should also mention that my dad was also not only a boat person, but he was also an orphan.
Yeah,
So-
that's really important.
Yeah,
to
so
know.
him and his siblings. So my dad grew up from like a family of, I think it's like 8 children. I can't remember at the top of my head. Big family. But lost their parents when they were quite young. So my dad was actually an orphan, and he was very fortunate though that he grew up in the village, because a lot of children, they just live on the streets. But my dad and his siblings are really lucky. But I think maybe that could also be one of the factors as to why they're also hoarders. Like they didn't grow up with anything, so now they like to collect things and not let things go.
Yeah, it's probably a show of not wealth, but it's just to show that you have something rather than
Nothing.
which they've came with.
Yeah.
So I can understand that.